Meta has announced that by 2026, the advertising platform will be completely automated by AI. What does this mean for media buying, and what does this mean for your agency? Let's dive into it. So this is the report screenshot from Reuters. It came out this past month. Basically, Facebook saying that all you're gonna have to do by 2026 is just upload your images or video, and we'll take care of the rest. No targeting, no ad setup. And it's kind of creating a bit of a shakeup in the industry because, well, one, when you invested a lot of time, money, and effort into a career like being a Facebook ads or Google or media buyer, and then news like this comes out that your job is basically gonna be eradicated, it can be shocking, but the writing's been on the wall for a while, right? I mean, when we look at what's been happening and what this means for media buying, I think it's a good thing. Maybe it's because I'm the agency owner, but I also tell my media buyers that I think this is a good thing because this allows them to be more productive because manual work is going to be pretty much gone, and it already has dissipated quite a bit over the last year especially. No more spending a ton of time picking audience, bidding strategies, all that type of stuff. Facebook's going to do all that for you. In the AI that Facebook has on the media buying side, but especially on the ad algorithm side in terms of how ads are delivered, is increasing by the day, just improving by the day. And basically that, just like this picture, is that Meta is going to be your media buyer. And again, I personally think this is a good thing, and we have half a dozen media buyers that work at our agency for our clients. We run our own Facebook ads. You probably saw this video through a Facebook ads. We do this quite a bit. And what I tell them is that I think it's great because, one, you're gonna make more money because you're gonna be able to handle more clients. We pay our media buyers per clients. But two, it's gonna save you time. Like, digging through audiences and doing audience research is a thing of the past. Like, all that type of work, if you're ahead of this and you understand where this platform is going, is actually a good thing for you because you're gonna be able to sharpen and refine your skills on things that actually matter. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what that is as we get through this video. So why is this happening? I mean, AI is basically why it's happening, and Facebook has been doing this for quite a while with how they've been targeting and again, how their algorithm's been working. This is so huge here, so key. Broad targeting works better than detailed targeting right now. We see this with our law firm clients. We do millions of dollars a month in Facebook ads for our law firm clients. A lot of them are car accident, personal injury attorneys. How do you target somebody that's been in a car accident? They're also looking for a very specific type of criteria in terms of they were hurt in the accident, the other person has insurance, it happened in the last 6 months max, they're not working with another attorney. Like, there's no targeting inside of Facebook that allows you to do that. So basically what we have to do is target the entire state, everyone. And then we use the creative and the messaging to get it in front of people. And Facebook actually loves that. I learned this because we used to try and do very detailed audiences. We would upload like custom audience lists, and we would do all this like detailed niche targeting, and we would use lookalike audiences, and we would buy audiences. And Facebook's like, no, we don't like that. Don't cut us off at the knees. We know every single person in this country has Instagram, Facebook, or WhatsApp installed on their phone, which means Facebook has all that cell phone data, all that desktop data, who you're talking to, who you're calling, who you're searching for. Now, we can't actively target against that because it's illegal, but what we can do is if we use the right creative messaging, Facebook knows how to get it in front of the right people, and we'll talk more about that. And that's really what this means. Performance comes from signals, not settings, meaning if somebody's scrolling down their feed and they see an ad for injured in a car accident or whatever it is, and they stop scrolling because it relates to them, that sends a signal back to Facebook that this person's interested. And then from there, we have first-party data in Facebook. And that is so powerful because all these external things that we try and feed it, like your website retargeting, doesn't work anymore. Custom audiences don't really work anymore unless that data is built inside of Facebook, because then Facebook knows exactly who you want to target based on the actions that they're taking, and then they can match that to other audiences as well. And the algorithm's smarter than you. Like, I am continuously impressed. And the reason why I'm talking so much more about Facebook ads versus Google now is because Google's a product that has been steadily going off of a cliff, especially as an agency point of view. Like, it's just gotten really, really hard to get clients the same results that we used to. But Facebook, it's insane. We put on ads, and within a day, we're getting leads, we're getting conversions. If you give Facebook the right inputs, then you're gonna get the right outputs and the right results. So we're already pretty close to automation. We're not really that far off in terms of audience targeting. Again, broads and lookalikes are outperforming interest stacking. Budget allocation in terms of CBO usually outperforms manual bidding. Ad creative testing is already in there. Placements are automatically done. It's already become a lot easier to set up and create these ads. And then of course, ad copywriting. Like, if you're still writing 100% human copy, then you're behind the times. Like ChatGPT, Claude, all these platforms are really, really good at least getting you 90% of the way there and then editing it. So the entire even image generation and video generation is moving a lot more towards AI in terms of being able to get the creative output. So we're already pretty close. Facebook is basically just starting to put the icing on the cake in terms of tying this all together. Like the tools have been moving that way for a while, and they've been getting better and better and better and easier and easier and easier to do the traditional media buying portion of it. So let's talk about how to have success, because I think this is the most important thing. If you're an agency, a freelancer, contractor, a media buyer, you run your own ads in-house, what does this mean? Where are we going? So inputs over levers, right? You cannot out-optimize Meta's AI, but you can feed it better. And this is the three things that I think are the most important part of not only where we're going, but we see this right now. This is not just like a future tense 2026. We see this right now. Number one, the most important thing is creative. The most important thing is strong creative, specifically video. Video from a CPM, cost per impression point of view, cost per click point of view, we always see it as about half of images. Images still work. We use them as a baseline to get ads up and running, to get a baseline set of clicks coming through. It's also easy to kind of test messaging over images versus video, but video always outperforms in the long run because that's what Facebook users want. And when I say Facebook, I mean Facebook and Instagram. It's a vertical video, native, feels organic. You don't have to be in a studio like this. And even if you're seeing this on Facebook or Instagram, I guarantee you it's vertical, because that is what Facebook wants. Facebook wants to serve reels. Facebook wants to serve stories, because that's what people are consuming. So if you can create content that fits into those two different buckets there in terms of the placements on Facebook, you're gonna see a much better performance. And then a creative volume too. Like volume is key. Not just one video, we're talking about 5, 10 per month to keep feeding it more and more and more. And then this is also clean data from the server side tracking, which means first party data, right? So integrating your CRM and email list are really, really important, because like I said, somebody goes to your website, it's tracked over a cookie, right? Cookies have been dying for quite some time, and Facebook really struggles to match who goes to your website versus then who's scrolling on this platform, because that tracking is a little bit broken, right? So it does a little bit of guessing, and it's just not overly accurate. Plus, your website isn't necessarily the best, most qualified people coming to it. If you think about it this way, your website probably converts at like a 2% rate. So technically 98% of the people that come to your website, whether you're e-commerce, lead gen, whatever it is that you do, are not qualified, they're not in market. So why would we want to remarket to them? Why would we want them in their audience? We have to build that data inside of Facebook. And again, that comes back to creative. The more video, the more creative that we're feeding it, the more engagement that we're getting, the more that we can send signals back to Facebook to really understand who we want to target. That's incredibly, incredibly important. And the final piece here is creative strategy over media strategy. So like our agency, I just hired another new person. She starts today in our office. We're moving much more towards functioning as an organic creative agency versus a traditional search or paid media agency, because it's 90% creative here. Our media buyers are amazing, but like there's only so much they can do without creative. Like whenever ads stall for our clients, we meet twice a week, we say what's going on, they say creative. Like we need more creative, we need better creative, we need more volume, we need more variance, we need to test more hooks, we need more scripts, we need more editing, we need all this stuff. And the type of creative that we want to feed it is not like 4K video. We want to feed it native, organic, think TikTok style content, like filmed on a cell phone. It's easier, it's more scalable, and that's what people want, because it feels like they're not getting advertised to. So we're functioning much more as a creative agency than we are as like a traditional media buying agency, and the success is, it's rolling in for us right now. So finally, what does this mean for agencies? Where are we going? And how do you maintain your foothold in this industry, in your career or your business, your agency? So like I said, media buyers are going to become much more creative strategies and data stewards. So the way that we have it broken down right now, like I said, is we have a creative person who is a project manager / creative person who's young person who grew up on a cell phone on the internet, who knows how to film, edit, do some light graphic design, all from their phone. CapCut, Canva, stuff like that. Also on their desktop too, but you know what I'm saying? They build and feed the creative, and then the media buyer handles more of the technical things like the ad account setups, dealing with all the inevitable pain in the asses that come with running ads on Facebook in terms of ad account shutdowns, and then also the more technical things, tracking, conversion tracking, integrating with CRMs, all that type of stuff. So it's really two roles right now, but again, I see them starting to blend more and more and more. And if you really want to become a lethal media buyer, you need to learn creative. right? And that, you don't go to school for that. That means you just start paying attention more to what's working in terms of what do you see on your feed and what can you explore in terms of the industry that you're working with. So what I always suggest, I'm like, go on TikTok. If you work with lawyers, go on TikTok, search TikTok for lawyers. Go to Instagram Reels, search for lawyer content, search for lawyer videos, and it will show you the top trending content. That's what you need to start learning how to do. And that doesn't mean that you have to become a graphic designer. That means that you have to understand how to coach and how to help and facilitate to create this type of content for whoever that you're working with. And of course, we're moving much more towards outcomes, right? Revenue-based outcomes. You know, like when things get easier, they also get harder, meaning expectations are definitely going to be higher in terms of what we can do. And you need systems, not specialists. You know, I talk about this all the time inside of the Blueprint training, where we basically just give you all of our templates and systems and processes to be able to execute agency services at a high level. And all of this stuff now is inside the Blueprint training. So if you want to learn more about how to do Facebook ads for clients, how to do Facebook ads for yourself, Facebook ads are pretty much 90% of how our agency gets our leads, and then we just sell Facebook ad services to clients. It's all inside the Blueprint training. So hit the link below, you can check it out. And if not, I'll see you in the next video.